start with these two data points. It's fascinating to me, right? I mean, there is what? 1 billion Windows devices. You know, each year we add around 300 million Windows devices. There's 1 billion plus iOS devices, 2 billion plus Android devices. But the number that I think all of us have to really pay attention to is the 50 billion connected devices that are going to be there by 2030. Right? That's the compute. This is the, you know, when we think about end points, it's the 50 billion endpoints that we get to really harness. And then the other side of it is the data that's being generated, 175 zettabytes of data. Right? It's around, I think, 45 zettabytes of data is what we have today. And this is by 2025. So it's literally going to, you know, quadruple. The reality is, if you are going to have 175 zettabytes of data that is getting generated, data is going to have gravity, and compute is going to migrate to where data is getting generated. So that means you need to take what is in the cloud all the way to the edge. And we have a very robust distributed platform, right, where you can set policies, you can define your app manifest once, and get it deployed everywhere. And that's, in fact, I had a chance to see one of the startups, and they had essentially an EV charging station, which was fully self-contained in its terms of its compute, and it was also connected. So it's kind of a classic example of a distributed computing program of the future, where you have which in client and server, there was a well-defined world of server and client. Sometimes the client is a server, sometimes the server is your client, because the control plane and the data plane can reverse. I mean, it's a fascinating world that we're going to see over the next 10 years in terms of how we write even and distribute our applications. It's fantastic to see these unicorns coming out of India, building successful businesses, successful business models, and most importantly, having the impact. I mean, you know, the way Amod talked about with the passion he has for what that business really is achieving. Now, we also, as I was saying, I had a chance to even go and meet a bunch of startups here, and just the ideas, the quality of the ideas that people are going and building companies around is so awesome and so universally relevant. Of course, the uniqueness of the Indian market shows through in the choices they make. But as they solve these hard challenges here, they're also having, and they will, and I'm pretty confident, a worldwide impact. I mean, I talked about Sun Mobility, right? That electric battery charging. It's basically battery as a service company. Talk about the most important challenge we all have around sustainability and being able to make EVs affordable, and then really thinking about an entire infrastructure around battery charging. Very, you know, I mean, it's just awesome to see that.